Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ava stormed inside the DeMera estate as Kristen was pouring herself a drink. Ava was forcefully asked what she wanted by Kristen. "A confession," said Ava coolly. Ava handed Kristen the most recent text after she growled about the silly text messages. "New Year's resolution, avoid Brady," it said. Kristen maintained that the texts weren't sent by her. Having hired Steve to track out the source, Ava told Kristen that he had learned that the texts had come from someone in this depressing mausoleum. Kristen's face shifted a little when Rachel listened from the doorway. Kristen argued that someone else had sent the texts, but Ava insisted that they had come from the estate. When Ava mockingly questioned what motivation Johnny and Chanel might have had, Kristen brought up the occasion when Ava had performed Mrs. Robinson to Johnny's Benjamin. Kristen suggested that either Chanel wanted to eliminate the competition or Johnny wanted to exact retribution for Ava's rejection. After Ava mocked Kristen's hypothesis, Kristen brought up Ava's prior relationships with EJ. Since nobody but Kristen objected to Ava and Brady's involvement, Ava advised Kristen to quit putting her family under the bus. Ava persisted in accusing Kristen until Rachel burst into the room and told her to stop bothering her mother. Ava didn't belong there, so Rachel yelled at her to go out. Rachel was informed by Ava that she and her mother were having a private conversation. Since Ava was disturbing her daughter, Kristen intervened and recommended that Ava depart too. "Don't force us to contact security," Rachel threateningly said. Ava rushed out after threatening to call the police if Kristen didn't stop the harassing. Kristen asked Rachel right away if she had sent the SMS after Rachel grinned gratifiedly. Although Rachel made an effort to hide it, Kristen warned that if Rachel didn't disclose the truth, things wouldn't work out. Admire Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas. Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here. Although Rachel gave up and admitted, she assured Kristen that she had a valid reason for sending the texts. She reasoned that her mother and father could reconcile if the mean lady was removed. Kristen told Rachel that she needed to figure out a way to get them both out of this mess, even though she was moved that Rachel had gone to such lengths for her. After Rachel threatened Ava, Kristen sat her down and reprimanded her. When Rachel said that her mother didn't like Ava either, Kristen retorted that dislike wasn't a justification for snapping at someone. Rachel mentioned Uncle EJ and Nano and Kristen's penchant for getting even. Although Kristen recognized the family's rich tradition of fighting for what we want, she emphasized to Rachel that a lifetime of conflict typically results in adversaries and isolation. She started by taking away Rachel's phone to warn her that there will be repercussions for her behavior as well as for lying. Rachel was sent marching to her room by Kristen. Exasperated, she moved to Stefano's portrait and inquired, "Father, whether he was happy now." Tate was at John and Marlena's house looking through his phone's photos of him and Holly. Tate said he wasn't hungry when Brady showed up with an offer to order some dinner. He clarified that Holly was still unaware that Sophia would keep the child. Tate also told Brady that the concept of becoming a father in general and the possibility of telling Holly made him froze. He bemoaned the way that one mistake had drastically altered his life. Brady expressed faith in his son, in Tate's resilience, and in his good heart, but he claimed he wouldn't try to cheer Tate up about being a father. Brady encouraged Tate to express his continued love and concern for Holly. Tate said that he couldn't help but wonder how things could have turned out if Sophia's mother hadn't learned of her daughter's pregnancy, even if Brady had cautioned against thinking about what-ifs. He accused Ava of exposing his and Sophia's romance. Tate maintained that Ava had blabbed to Sophia's mother and put herself in a situation that was none of her concern, despite Brady's defense of Ava and claimed that she wasn't at fault. Tate had put himself in this predicament, Brady told his son. Tate claimed to be aware of this and to be against Brady giving him a big lecture. He had to locate Holly. But when he opened the door to go, Amy, Sophia's mother, blocked his path. Tate asked if he was being ambushed as Brady invited Amy inside. Brady had contacted her and wanted to speak, Amy retorted. Tate attempted to flee as Brady introduced himself to Amy. Tate grudgingly agreed and sat down since Brady and Amy felt he should stay. Brady acknowledged that Teresa wasn't in the picture at the time when Amy inquired briefly about Tate's mother. Brady further stated that he had full responsibility for Tate. He inquired about Amy's preferred starting point for the conversation. Amy retorted that organizing Tate and Sophia's wedding had to be the first priority. Tate appeared stunned, and Brady was shocked. Brady claimed that Tate hadn't spoken to him about it, but Amy claimed that she had already expressed her feelings with him on the matter. Brady was questioned by Amy about how difficult it would be for the child to be born to unmarried parents and to be the product of a teenage pregnancy. Brady acknowledged that Tate had made a bad decision, but he pointed out to Amy that both Tate and Sophia were still children. Forcing them to be married when they weren't a couple wasn't the answer, in his opinion. Abortion wasn't the solution either, Amy pointed out sternly, so Brady and she had to decide what was best for their kids and their future grandchild. Because the baby would completely upend both Sophia and Tate's life, Brady respectfully questioned Amy if she believed that having the kid would be best for Sophia. Although Amy accepted that her daughter's life would be more difficult than she had anticipated, she felt Sophia should be held responsible for her gullibility in caving into Brady's irresponsible boy. Additionally, Amy emphasized that she was a lady who lived by the courage of my convictions, which includes the belief that all lives were sacred. Amy clarified that it was the family's decision after Brady turned to Tate and said that Sophia had made the choice. Brady promised to provide for the baby's needs, financially or otherwise, both himself and Tate. "It's the least you can do," Amy shot back. She left after telling Brady she will get back to him. Tate expressed gratitude to Brady for supporting him. Brady assured Tate they had a lot to talk about, but he would always be there for his kid. According to Tate, he must first speak with Holly. Brady later welcomed Ava, who had come in for a private conversation. Brady gave Ava an update on his encounter with Sophia's mother. The woman's demand astounded Ava, who apologized for putting Sophia's mother in danger. Brady tried to change the topic and reassured her that it wasn't her fault. Ava admitted that Brady might not be very interested in their next conversation topic. Brady demanded that Kristen stop tormenting Ava as soon as he walked into the DiMera estate. In the middle of his tirade, Kristen interrupted and claimed that she hadn't sent the texts. Rachel did. Holly looked thoughtfully at the bracelet Tate had given her for Christmas at the Kiriakis mansion. Doug called her and wished her a good new year. And for spending the night with him, he wanted to thank her. Holly claimed that she should give Doug credit for keeping her company and diverting her attention from Tate and Sophia on New Year's Eve. When Doug inquired about Holly's well-being, she revealed that she had been experiencing anxiety and fear over her whole school break. Holly's anxiety persisted because she hadn't spoken to Tate. Doug encouraged her and assured her that he was available if she ever wanted to chat. Holly complimented Doug for being a kind person and hung up. At that moment, she noticed Sophia approaching from behind. Sophia clarified that she had informed Henderson, the butler, that she and Holly were friends, which was why he had allowed her inside.